Hi there! Welcome back to the Embeemakes knitting channel. My name is Melissa and I'm the maker behind Embeemakes, here on YouTube, on Ravelry and on Instagram. If you're new here, I'm a graphic designer by day and knitter most of the other time, and I'm based in Belgium. I've been knitting for a few years now and doing podcasts for I think 2 years already. And yeah, I really like filming these videos and showing you and telling you about my knits. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe if you do and leave a comment down below, letting me know what you're working on while watching this or what your current favorite yarn is, just anything. And also follow me over on Instagram. Feel free to reach out to me if you want to have a chat. I'm always very happy to chat with other people who are really into knitting like I am. Today I have a regular podcast episode for you. It's been a bit more than a month. I usually film these each month, but yeah, at the end of December or earlier January I didn't have time to film this because I also did some other videos that I just wanted to film more, and I also didn't have any finished objects to show you at the time. But right now I finished 2 things this week, which I will talk about. One of them you can see already here. And yeah, I have a few new cast-ons also since I finished some things. And yeah, I'm just very excited to talk about them with you today. It might be a bit of a shorter episode as I don't have that many active whips at the moment. I still have a lot of whips, but I will only talk about the active ones today, and then maybe in 2 weeks film another podcast episode to update you, because I think I can make a lot of progress in the coming weeks, and then I might also be able to show you things I bought in London, because we're going next weekend, or probably when this video goes live I'll be in London. So yeah, stick around if you want to see that. So yes, the first finished object of today's video is my Monday sweater by Petiteknit. I'm so excited that I finished this just in time for London. I bought the yarn there last year in February, and yeah, I finally made a finished piece with it. As I had 5 skeins of this yarn, which is the West Yorkshire Spinners Blue Face Leicester DK fleece. This one. I had 5 skeins of this, and a 100 gram skein has 225 meters. As I said, it's a DK weight yarn, and I've knit it on 4mm needles as recommended on the label here. It was also the recommended needle size for the pattern. So this is the Monday sweater by Petiteknit, a very basic but beautiful stockinette piece. It's a raglan construction with a double folded collar and tapered sleeves. And yeah, it's meant to be oversized. I've cast on for the size large, but I didn't fully knit the entire raglan to the pattern. I stopped a little bit earlier, but then cast on 2 additional stitches I think at the underarm. Because I didn't want a super deep raglan. I wanted this to be a sweater that I just wear every day and also wear under my coat. So yeah, I think the size ended up perfect for me. I did adjust the sleeve length. I did less ribbing or less length for the ribbing. I think I only did half of what was recommended in the pattern. But I tried them on before blocking and they just hit me about here. but now with blocking they stretched out a bit and got more loose, and yeah, the fit is just perfection for me. And yeah, I'm very happy about this color. Back to the yarn. So this yarn is amazing. I absolutely love it. I got 5 skeins of it, and yeah, the size large works with only 5 skeins. I even have 50 grams left of the yarn. So yeah, I can use this for something else. Maybe a small little pair of mittens or a little scarf. Because yeah, this is just super soft. I absolutely love working with BFL yarn. I also have a pair of BFL socks, and yeah, they are so soft, they hold up really well. Maybe it's because there's nylon in it, I don't know, in the sock yarn I mean. This is 100% British wool, this sweater, and yeah, I don't know yet how it holds up because I don't know yet how it will wear because I only took it off the blocking mats this morning. But yeah, I love this on my skin. I'm only wearing a t-shirt underneath, and it's so soft. Also around my neck, no itch at all. Of course, that's very personal. For me, this doesn't itch. I even think I could compare this maybe to a cashmere. It's very soft. I don't own any cashmere sweaters yet. Maybe sometime in the future, but yeah, I'm really so excited about this sweater, this yarn, this color. I love this with my hair. I love green, and yeah, I think I look good in greens. Especially yeah, this kind of green. So yeah, I will most likely be buying more of this yarn when I'm in London, and yeah, buy a different color because they have lots of beautiful colors. But yeah, I'm very happy with this green sweater. I do think I will buy an extra skein, so I will buy 6 skeins for my next sweater in this yarn, to maybe knit something with texture because that uses slightly more yarn and I don't want to be playing yard chicken. Or yeah, when I do maybe a cardigan or yeah, something that uses a bit more yarn, I want to be sure I have enough of it. And yeah, if I have leftovers, I will maybe use them together, do something striped or yeah, something scrappy with these yarns. So this will go into my stash. But I can absolutely recommend this yarn, as it's not really available to me here in Europe, or not that I know of. Yeah, I will be buying more in London. This is a very basic sweater by Petiteknit, but I really love the finishing details. The folded collar has some double knitting in it to yeah, make the default nice. And then also I did Italian bind off with the setup rows on the sleeves and also on the bottom hem. I really love this 3-stitch raglan. I think it looks a lot neater than just a 1-stitch raglan. Yeah, this really looks like a store-bought sweater, but I'm happy that I can say, well, I knit this myself. It's really a beautiful piece and I think I will wear this a lot. I already don't want to take this off anymore, and I will wear it for the rest of this video, of course. Also, one more thing, I think it is really important to block your knits, because before I blocked this, I had tried this on and it was cinching in a bit at the ribbing, and the sleeves were like slightly on the just long enough slide, but now yeah, they really are nice and drapey. The fabric is super soft and yeah, just super neat as well. And yeah, the fit is perfect, so really block your knits. If you are doubting about it, you really should block your knits. The next one is also one where blocking really helped me out, and it's this pair of Santorini socks by Breibellie. I've test knit these socks, previous pair, I think 2 years ago already, for Breibellie. And I've knit one pair for my mom that I think I showed in previous podcast, but I don't have it anymore since I gifted it to her, so I will pop in a picture here. So that's my mom's pair, but then I also finished my pair. I had one already done, but then I first made my mom's pair because it needed to be finished for Christmas. It wasn't finished for Christmas, but it was finished by just the end of last year. And so this one, the second one, I finished just earlier this week. But then I also went back to the first sock because it was, I don't remember if it's this one or this one. I think it's this one. It was slightly too short. It's my own fault. I didn't knit it long enough, the foot. So I cut into it. I cut off the toe. I posted on my Instagram, so I might pop in a picture here of how it looked. And yeah, I cut the toe off and then just put it back on my needles and knitted a bit longer and re-knitted the toe. And now they're both the same length and they fit perfectly. And yeah, you could see it definitely, the line where I had picked up stitches and re-knitted. But with blocking, I don't really think you can tell. Yeah, it evened out really nicely. And these are perfect socks for the colder winter months because they keep my feet nice and toasty. And it's a fairly quick knit with some fun and simple color work. So that was it for my finished objects this month. And then, so now I will show you something that I picked up again after finishing the Santorini socks. And that's the Jellyfish socks. This is the first sock that I had finished already over the summer. And yeah, it took me a while to get going with the second sock. I had a serious case of second sock syndrome for a lot of my socks, but now I'm back into my sock knitting because I really want these pairs of socks finished so I can wear them. But yeah, I have now reached the heel, so I can put in the heel and then knit 2 more rows of jellyfish for the foot and then a little bit of other colorwork detail at the toe to make it long enough. So yeah, I really love these. These are beautiful. They fit very well. This is a pattern by Stoneknits. And I will also talk a bit more about Stoneknits later in this video. But yeah, I absolutely love her patterns. This is a beautiful sock and I can't wait to have this second one finally done. But yeah, once you get going with the colorwork, it's really engaging and fun to knit and you just want to go one more row to see the colorwork appear. The yarns I'm using, if you haven't been watching my podcast before, the blue is a ginger and thyme hand-dyed sock yarn. She sadly isn't dyeing yarns anymore or selling yarns anymore, but you can still follow her on Instagram, and she's also a Belgian knitwear designer. I've knit one of her patterns already in the past, and yeah, they're really lovely. So that's ginger and thyme yarn, and then this is a skein of hand-dyed yarn by Artemis, also a sock yarn, fingering weight, and yeah, I think together they look really good. And yeah, these are some cute jellyfish. And then my 2 other active whips are 2 new cast-ons. I will start with a small one first. I seem to be doing a lot of color work lately, but I'm really enjoying it. So I did make a video about this in December, so if you want to watch that after this podcast, yeah, please go ahead for some more inspiration. But I participated in the Magical Mittens Cal by Woozy by Celine and the Knitting Swan over on Instagram. And for that knit long you could just knit a pair of mittens, but I wanted to focus on some colorwork mittens for this winter. And I had some different yarns in stash that I could use. And yeah, I showed you a lot of different patterns in that video, so definitely go check it out if you want to know more. but I went for the Speedy Selbu mittens. I think by Skeindeerknits. I'll put it here on screen. And this is what I have so far. So I haven't finished yet, but I have one mitten that's missing the thumb. But yeah, this is really cute. The yarn I've used is Rauma Garn Fivel. It's the first time using this yarn, and yeah, it's not really soft. It's a bit prickly around my neck, so I don't think I will need a garment out of this. Maybe more of an outerwear jacket. But for these kind of mittens, it's actually perfect. It's really dense and rustic. And I can try one on. So it has a nice long cuff with a little stripe in here. I think the pattern itself has 2 stripes, but I only wanted one. And then, yeah, you can see the Selbu star design on it. My decreases here at the top really aren't very neat. But maybe with blocking it will look a bit nicer. This is the inside. And yeah, I still need to knit the thumb, but my needles are currently in use for my other whip. Yeah, I think, yeah, you can really see the design. It looks really cool and very traditional Scandinavian mitten, I think. Yeah, and they're really warm. So yeah, I should probably continue with this before it gets too warm. But we still have a few weeks of winter here, I think. Yeah, it can even snow here in April, so I'm not too worried about that. And I think, yeah, I will use these for years to come. If you're curious about the colors I used, one of them, I don't know which one, is number 15 and the other one is color number, and the other one is color number 200. So yeah, light beigey gray and a bright pink. And then the final whip I will talk about today is my Lumme by Sari Nordlund. I finally cast on after finishing this sweater, and I already made some good progress. So yeah, this is what I have so far. I think it looks really nice on camera, also in real life. I think blocking again will do wonders for this sweater, but yeah, it will look really nice. This will be my Christmas or like winter 2025 sweater. Yeah, I think it will be gorgeous. It's not too Christmassy, so I can start wearing it at the beginning of December up until February, maybe for Valentine's Day. It's also very nice because of the pink. So it's a nice colorwork sweater with a round yoke, and the colorwork is on the yoke and on the ends of the sleeves. And yeah, I'm using Derera Natura Gilead for this. It's my second time using this yarn, and yeah, I absolutely love it. It's super nice and bouncy. Also, again, not scratchy around my neck, because this one, this sweater comes up quite high on the neck compared to this one is more, yeah, more lower. I think the Lumme will come up higher. So it's definitely important to me that the yarn is not scratchy. And yeah, it's also very, very warm and thick with the double layer of yarn. So it will keep me very, very warm. And yeah, I really love knitting this colorwork. It's really enjoyable, not difficult. I did slightly adapt the color. I knitted to the lengthen pattern, but instead of just carrying on and doing the color work, I already knitted it down with the cast on edge, and in the pattern it says to at the end sew the color down, but I enjoy from other patterns to just knit it down with the cast on edge. And it's, yeah, I used a stretchy method. I think I've used it in previous patterns as well, not sure which one, but it's where you just knit together the knit stitches, and for the purl stitches you just purl the one on the needle and not pick up the corresponding purl stitch on the pickup edge. So you have a lot of stretch, it's not too tight, and you can still get it over your head without any problems. And if this ends up stretching out a bit much, maybe I can just put in an elastic at the top here and think it will be just fine. I haven't measured my gauge yet while knitting now. I did make a swatch and color working around, so should be fine. I got gauge there. But I think after filming I will check my gauge to see if it's okay. And again, yes, blocking I think will even this out very nicely. This yarn blooms really beautifully because I have some like larger stitches or a bit of holes where the increases are. And yeah, when I saw that at first I wasn't very sure if I was doing it correctly. But then, yeah, you know, this yarn blooms, so I think it will fill up nicely when all is stretched out, and yeah, I think it will be fine. From far away you can't even tell. So yeah, I'm very excited about this one. This is only a week of progress, I think. So I should be done with the color work fairly soon. Maybe in 2 weeks by my next podcast I can show you the finished yoke. I think I will try that. And yeah, very happy to be working with this yarn again. It's really lovely. So that's it for finished objects and whips. I do have a few acquisitions to show you also from over the holidays, and an exciting package arrived this week that I've been waiting on for months. But if this is not your cup of tea, feel free to leave the video here and yeah, maybe watch one of my other videos if you haven't yet the past weeks. But for those who are curious about my acquisitions, here we go. So the first thing I want to show you is my yarn advent from this year. I'm not sure if I talked about it in my previous podcast, but I did show 2 of these skeins already in my mittens video. And those were these 2, a light and a dark purple. This is the yarn advent by Atelier Het Wolbeest. It's a Dutch hand dyer, and I've previously already bought this yarn at a fair, and I really love this. This is again a BFL yarn, so it's a BFL Super Sock, which is a 75% superwash BFL and 25% nylon. And yeah, I really love BFL yarns. And yeah, I think this purple is beautiful. And then also this darker, more solid purple. Also every skein of the advent came with a little stitch marker, all different kinds. So yeah, I had the weekly advent, so each week I could open 1 package with a full skein. But in my first package I got an extra skein because my package was delayed because of an issue with one of the skeins that was dyed up incorrectly. So yeah, it's very nice. This was my first one. And I think this was the second week of advent. A beautiful purple with minty speckles and another little stitch marker. And then these were the last 2, so week 3 and 4. I'm not sure which was first, but these are some more aqua, turquoise, blue colors. The advent was called Lilacs and Mints, I think. So that was the color inspiration for the advent. And I think these to me lean kind of more, yeah, aqua, blue, turquoisey, and not really mint. I think in my mind mint is more green leaning. So I'm not sure what I will be knitting with those. Maybe I will use it in some color work when I'm in need of this kind of color. It has some light speckles of purple in there, and also some purple in here. Or maybe I will use these for a gift knit because it's still very pretty and nice yarn. Then I also got a knitting Christmas gift from my mom, which is a book, and it's this one. It's Socks Look. It's a Dutch book. It's with hats and cowls and more. And yeah, it has some really fun colorwork patterns in here that you can put on socks or hats or mittens. I'm not sure if it exists in English. But yeah, it's really nice. These are some patterns that are in here. And these ones. So yeah, more color work in my future. And then speaking of color work, finally, after waiting for over 6 months, I got my pre-order book from Stoneknits, her newest colorwork socks book, which is Joyful Colorwork Socks. And yeah, I'm super happy it finally arrived. I pre-ordered it back in June or July of 2024 when she first announced the new book. I've never pre-ordered a book before. So yeah, I was very excited to finally have this at home. I've been seeing a lot of people already knit socks from this book. But yeah, now I can finally join them once I clear off my sock needles a bit. I also have her previous book. I got it for my birthday 2 years ago, I think. And yeah, there are lots of beautiful patterns in this book. It has 25 new patterns and all with some fun colorwork motifs from pets, games, food, hobbies and more. And yeah, the one on the cover is super cute with the cats. But I think the first one I want to make from this. The first one I want to make from this book is these Kiss a Frog socks with super cute frogs on it. I've seen a beautiful test knitted version, I think, with a dark grey background color and then the bright green frogs. I think I will go for that kind of color combination for mine. But I definitely want to knit lots of socks from this book. So yeah, I should really continue my socks that I have on my needles so that I can cast on some new ones. And then the last acquisition I want to show with you today is some yarn from Olivia and Oliver Fibers. I got these two skeins in one of her sales. These are, I think, from the 2023 Advent collection because I have the mini skein somewhere, but that's on a fingering weight base, and now I got the Classic DK base. It's the first time trying the Classic DK by Olivia and Oliver Fibers, and it's a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, so it's actually a DK weight sock yarn. I'm not sure if I will use these for socks. I'm thinking more about something striped, so use these as the contrast stripes, or maybe an accessory like a cowl, or a accessory set, some hats and some mittens. I'm not sure yet, but I really like this color. It's again some kind of a greeny color. It's called Poached Bear Cake. Yeah, it's a bit of a greeny yellow. I think it looks nice. It feels nice. So yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I want to wish you happy knitting.